Worrying signs for men as the latest HIV/AIDS statistics are released. A local lawyer on money laundering charges gets bail. And in sports, Lyme under 15 down to the semi-final stage. The number of new HIV/AIDS cases in Barbados has increased, with men accounting for the majority of the cases. This has been revealed in the latest statistics on the prevalence of HIV/AIDS in the island by the Ministry of Health today. Damien Best has the story.
The latest figures show that there has been an increase in the number of new HIV infections last year when compared to 2009, along with a marginal increase in the number of deaths. In 2010, there were 135 new HIV cases, 43 AIDS cases, and 36 confirmed deaths. In 2009, there were 111 new HIV cases, 24 fewer than last year. And while the number of AIDS cases are down by 9 from 52 recorded in 2009, there was one more death recorded in 2010. 35 deaths were recorded in 2009. The report also reveals that almost 67% of the new HIV cases are men, up from 52% in 2009. That trend follows as far as new AIDS cases are concerned, with 72% of men contracting the disease, up from 60% in 2009. Meanwhile, there has been a shift in the age group where the disease is dominant. Leading the way is the 40 to 49 age category, which accounts for 31% of those newly infected. Second is the 30 to 39 age group with 27%, and the 20 to 29 age group is third with 22% of the newly infected. Adolescents in the 10 to 19 age group only accounted for 5% of those newly infected. Damien Best, CBC News.
An attorney at law has been granted $500,000 bail after appearing in court on theft and money laundering charges this morning. Vonda Pyle appeared in the District A Criminal Court No. 2 before Acting Chief Magistrate Deborah Holler, who read out the indictable offences. Ms. Pyle is charged with theft and money laundering offences amounting to over $400,000 between 2007 and this year. Police Prosecutor Inspector Trevor Blackman didn't object to bail for Ms. Pyle, but asked the court to impose strict conditionalities. Ms. Pyle was also asked to surrender her travel documents to the court and must appear at the Central Police Station between 8 and 12 every Monday. The matter has been adjourned until December the 8th. Ms. Pyle was represented by attorney Marlon Gordon, who appeared in association with a team of lawyers. The Barbados Light and Power Company is tonight concerned about what it calls the unnecessary criticism and negative publicity it is getting from the public about the spiraling cost of electricity. The company's Chief Marketing Officer, Stephen Worm, speaking on CBC 100.7 today, said the power company is a business which has become a victim of the tough economic times. Ron Brathwaite reports.
For months, Barbadians have been crying out about high rates many of them have been asked to pay on their monthly electricity bills. This climaxed yesterday when the People's Democratic Congress mounted a peaceful protest outside the headquarters of the Light and Power Company at the Garrison, and promising to continue this for the entire week. BLMP's Chief Marketing Officer, Stephen Worm, is labeling the picket as unfortunate, as he contends the BLMP itself is also a victim of the rising cost of operating, just like any other consumer.
What we have to understand in Barbados is that this is not things people locally are doing to make their life more difficult. This is something that is being forced on us because we have to purchase these products overseas.
Mr. Worm says there's been much discussion about the $40+ million profit the company made. However, this is just a mere fraction of what they would have been granted by the Fair Trading Commission following their extensive upgrades. He says people have been making a lot of unfortunate assertions about price gouging.
The highest fuel clause adjustment we've had this year was in May. It's about a cent less per kilowatt hour. It's now about 47 cents per kilowatt hour in July. So when I hear somebody saying that they were paying $90 a few months ago and now we're paying $300 a month, the only way that could have happened is if their consumption has changed.
Mr. Worm says BLMP is a private sector business and has to operate as such to remain competitive.
In the next few months, the predictions are that the fuel price will remain in the same sort of range. The experts are suggesting that as we move into next year and beyond, that it's likely to continue to increase.
Mr. Worm says BLMP is doing its utmost, even working wherever possible with government to minimize costs. However, if consumers can be more energy conscious in making adjustments to their lifestyles, he believes it would make a drastic difference in their bills. Ron Brathwaite, CBC News.
There are reports now of a presence of a strong tropical wave, which is expected to have some effect on Barbados as early as tomorrow. Our meteorologist David Best has the system's current position. David, good evening.
Very good evening to you, Pearson. Of course, we were tracking this tropical wave over the past couple of days, being categorized as a strong tropical wave. It is under 700 miles to the east of the island chain. Indications are that the forward edge of this tropical wave should start to affect us in the early hours of tomorrow morning into tomorrow. Of course, I want to alert residents that that system is out there. Those of you who do not know it's out there, I'm just letting you know that that system is out there, but I'll give you all the details later.
Expect a renewed thrust to link tourism and agriculture in Barbados from this year. The effort is being spearheaded by the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture. Sean Farrell reports.
Agri Tourism has been heavily promoted by ICA in recent years and is now one of the focal points of the organization's 4-year strategy. According to acting Barbados representative Carol Thomas, the organization has moved from planning on a year-by-year basis to develop projects over a longer period of time.
We are looking at increasing this linkage in encouraging local enterprises, hotels, restaurants, etc., to use local produce, to push local produce, and so that is one of our thrusts. Another area in the agritourism as well is that we are looking not only from the food side of it, but also in terms of exposing our visitors to agriculture in Barbados, make the whole farm experience, as a agritourism experience.
ICA is also paying attention to food safety and quality in its new 4-year country strategies.
That has always been a problem in terms of being able to achieve the kind of quality that the restaurants, hotels, etc. require. So we will be working at that, good agricultural practices, assisting farmers with, production practices, etc.
The acting Barbados representative believes the organization has made a difference in promoting agriculture in Barbados and remains committed to the development of the sector. Sean Farrell, CBC News.
The Vector Control Unit of the Ministry of Health is looking to train 10,000 Barbadians in food handling techniques by the end of the year. This disclosure from officials of the department as it hosted a workshop on vector control and cholera at its health training center in the old NIS building. Peter Thorne reports.
A full house of school meal workers gathered at the Environmental Health Training Center in Bridgetown to get the latest information on food handling techniques from environmental health officers. They were also updated on dengue fever, leptospirosis, cholera, dog management, and vector control. Acting Chief Environmental Health Officer Desmond King says over the past 4 years, thousands of people have been trained and they are nearing the 10,000 mark.
We have a group of personnel who weekly train about 21 persons per week. So that also contributes to us having educated persons who have to deal with food handling. Your job is important because you can end up making persons who are well, making them sick.
Mr. King says cooking, hand washing techniques, personal hygiene, sanitation, food control and food handling techniques are important tools for people involved in the preparation of food. He says the storage and preparation of food to prevent diseases is vital, noting that cholera is on our doorsteps in Haiti.
Cholera is in the Western Hemisphere. It is in Haiti. And I'm glad to see that this component is here because cholera would have killed many persons over 2,000 persons in Haiti. We believe, we normally say in public health, it isn't a matter of if it will come here, but when it will come here. I think it's important for you to understand that in your techniques, you can either make someone sick or you can either keep the disease at bay. When someone comes down with cholera, it means that they will have ingested somebody's feces through water or through food.
Mr. King also lauded school meals workers for their techniques, saying they have had no complaints over the years and they should keep up the good work. Peter Thorne, CBC News.
Still to come, news from across our region. Right now, the Courts Quiz. Who was crowned Calypso Monarch in 1963?